Hello, everybody. I just wanted to give a quick welcome to Introduction to Philosophy. I'm sitting here with multiple layers of clothes on, as I'm sure you are. You're in Chicago almost, so you know all about that. And I wanted to walk you through the structure of the class today and some important notes from the syllabus. I just want to start by introducing myself. My name is Professor Robbins. My first name is Megan. I currently live in Galesburg, Illinois. You can get a hold of me by emailing me anytime. My information is right on the syllabus, including my phone number in case of an emergency. I'm really excited to engage with all of you this semester, and you should not hesitate to reach out at any time if you have any question or concern about the course. I've taught this course several times now at Judson for the university, but the first time I taught was about 10 years ago. And so there's been about a 10-year gap. So I'm still navigating the online component. So if you find any errors or you feel that there's an issue, please just reach out at any point. I just wanted to talk to you just briefly about the structure of the class and what you can expect. So the whole purpose of this class is to introduce you to some broad philosophical topics. So because of that, there's going to be a lot of times when I give you kind of a list of things for supplemental readings, and you get to choose what interests you the most. And I try to incorporate that a lot in class because I know we have a lot of people who represent various majors. A lot of you are architects, so I tried to include as much of that as I could in the class as it related here and there to our topics. But obviously, this is just a pretty broad introduction. So hopefully within those extra supplemental readings and in your posts, you can dive a little bit deeper. But no, the main purpose is to kind of understand some sweeping concepts, the most common concepts that we like to think about and discuss in philosophy. So if you look at the way your course is laid out, you could either look at your syllabus, which looks a little bit like this. You have the PDF version. There's our text. I refer to this text as Patten and Canon most of the time throughout the course, but it's called the Cartoon Introduction to Philosophy. I know that it is available for free. But you can buy it. It's not super expensive, and I recommend buying it because it's just nice to have it in your hands. I actually think it's a book that you would hold on to and might even reference in the future. Even though it's a graphic novel, it is robust, and it does a really good job of presenting some pretty big ideas, a lot of historical context in a really unique way. I chose this text after not only taking this course several years ago. I'm not going to reveal how long ago, but also after teaching it for a few years. I've tried some different things out. And for me personally, I feel like we have so much access to supplemental material now that we can read. The world is literally at our fingertips, right? So for me, this does a great job of presenting some categories that are important to look at, and then we can supplement as we need to. So this is the text. I really hope you enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. There are expectations written here. Actually, I see a mistake because we're not going to be using Flipgrid, so I'm glad I'm going over this with you. But know that most of the readings will happen on your own. We're an asynchronous class, so you'll kind of want to, it might take you a week or two to get in the flow of how you want to organize how you want to do things. But actually, if I pop over to the course, I actually think this shows the structure of the course a little bit better. I want to encourage you to really thoroughly read the syllabus because it does have details like the learning objectives and my virtual office that I've set up for you, as well as, general ideas about the course structure, plagiarism. That's really important to review. The Judson calendar and when your spring break is. Woohoo. There are also some things on here that you just might want to know in advance. Okay, so I tried to be as thorough on the syllabus and the learning map as possible. If you scroll to the bottom, there are also some information about participation. Again, this is an asynchronous class, meaning we won't be meeting weekly. However, you will have the opportunity to meet with me for discussion groups, as well as a guest speaker once or twice. Those are never mandatory, but you are welcome to attend, and you will receive extra credit if you attend. So I like to incorporate those just to check in with you all and to help you understand that I'm here for you, even though this is an online class. I'm really, able to meet with you within my office hours anytime you want to schedule. And don't, let a week go by if you begin to struggle or worry or other things get in the way, that you don't just reach out and communicate, because I'm pretty flexible. I can help you make it work. My goal is that 100% of you would be successful in this class. I would not want to see any of you fail, because none of you should. I really think all of you will find these topics fairly interesting, and I know you're all capable because you're here at Judson. So just reach out at any time. I'm happy to help you. I would rather you reach out sooner than later if you're feeling like you're getting yourself in a little situation or a hole. Course participation guidelines are there. Just the use of technology. Just a reminder, we're using the eLearn platform. Um, I think highlighting the respect and communication is pertinent, because we'll be doing weekly kind of forum posts, and sometimes that's all we do. That's how you participate for that week. So just so you know, I hope I know that you will be respectful of one another, and I trust that. But if I find any of you are struggling with this or having an issue, you can expect an email from me, and we'll talk about that and figure out how to move forward. Okay. Academic integrity is really so important. I know the temptation is always there when you're struggling, you're in a hurry, you're worried, you feel vulnerable. Maybe my answers aren't good enough. The reasons go on and on. But, the reality is you can't copy things online. You can't. If you choose to use something as a source, which I will always encourage, you just need to cite it. So please just keep that in mind before you make a choice that you'll definitely regret. Okay. So there's information here about the Americans with Disability Act and information about all of that. You can actually reach out to me at any time. And then there at the very bottom, you can see I have left my cell phone number in case of emergencies. Okay, so you're welcome to use that if you need to. Okay, I'm going to pop back over here because, like I said, I think this shows the course structure a little bit better than the syllabus. But you can see here, I haven't, done anything crazy here. It's just going in order of the week. So we have 16 weeks together, which sounds like a crazy amount of time, but actually it goes really quickly. And each week is pretty much the same. When you click this, the assignment, it'll give you either a brief lecture. I have recorded a couple of lectures for you. None of them go beyond 10 minutes, so you don't have to sit through a really lengthy lecture. I like you to engage with the ideas and have the time during the week to focus on that aspect of the class. That's a lot more important to me. And then underneath that, you'll see that there's a forum linked. So every week, you will want part of your task will be to post in the forum. They're all the same. There's no surprises. It is always going to be a short post, 150 to 200 words. And there's always going to be the expectation that you will comment on at least one other person's post. And that is not going to change. The word count and the expectation that you post at least on one other person, you comment on at least one other person, that will not change. That's going to be tried and true. So you can make a note of that now, and you can have that expectation. Now, I will say there are weeks when you have one simple, easy to follow task. And then there are weeks you might have 2 or 3 tasks. It really just depends on the nature of the topic. So here I'll click week 2 and we'll see what we find. I hope I've made the correct updates. And so we have a nice picture. I have not added a lecture to this one yet. There will be just a quick 5-minute talk on this. I try to, for the most part, post this kind of big question. What are we trying to talk about? I post what you're supposed to read, and then I post your task. And you'll see I've listed task 1. And I'm asking you to read the introduction and look for these keywords. That's what I'm asking you to do. I want you to come up with working definitions as you read. Now, you might think, Professor Robbins, that's so juvenile. It's, but I just want to really encourage you, okay? These readings are short. They're manageable. They're doable. They're not going to take you, a huge amount of time. So if you deeply engage with these words as I'm presenting them to you and these concepts, it's really going to help you get the most out of the reading from week to week. I really feel like it's worth your time. So I just want to emphasize that. And you'll also see that there's a task 2 on this week. And this is directions about how to post in the forum. That's right after that. So what should you include in your forum for this week? So pretty easy to follow. I'm going to go back up here to the class as a whole. Just so you know, that's how the course goes for the first, several weeks here. We go topic by topic. There's only one topic that takes 2 weeks, and that's the free will topic on week 7. You'll see that week 8 also includes a free will topic there. Week 9, you'll notice, is missing, and that's because that is the week of your spring break, which I will update this and note that is your spring break. And then when we get back, again, it's the same. You look at the tasks and the directions in the assignment. You respond in the forum. And there might be occasions when you submit something on that assignment. So really just follow the directions, in addition to doing the forum. Week 11, God and Human Action, Ethics and Human Action. This is when things shift just a little bit. Week 12 to week 16 is a little bit different. You're going to have less forums, although there will be 1 or 2 added in here. But we're going to do, on week 12, we're going to do a kind of surprise task, which I'll let you know about later. This is when we're entering into that kind of end of class finals territory. You will have one essay in this class, just one, okay? And it is week 14. This is Easter break, so be mindful of that. I help you prepare for that essay from week 12 to week 13 to week 14, so I step it for you, and I give you lots of tools. Then the next week after that, you will prepare your final presentation for the end of class. So your final for this class is a presentation that you record. I will give you all kinds of free resources. Right now, I'm using Screencastify. You can use that. You can use lots of different things. We'll talk about that as the weeks go on. But you will be submitting a recorded presentation based on your essay. So you'll have done kind of the work in advance, right? The thoughtfulness in advance, and then you'll come up with a digital artifacts like a Google deck of Google Slides, PowerPoint, something like that, to support you in your presentation, digital media. And then you will submit that, and that will be the end of this class. So I think this is going to be really doable. Like I said, I've tried to incorporate a lot of choice, a lot of supplemental things that are videos, podcasts. There's not just readings, but there's videos you can engage with, podcasts you can listen to, in various other disciplines. I noticed one of you were in bioscience, several of you in architecture. And so I've really tried to look at where y'all coming from and cater to you. because I believe that's very important, because philosophy does indeed impact, I mean, all of us. It's kind of, humans have been wondering and asking questions since the dawn of consciousness. And it's led us here. You think about, I think about, we're going to talk about Plato, one of the ancient Greek philosophers. And, there's lots of pictures. If you Google, you look up, and there's students at the feet of Plato in the academy, the earliest academy. They're just sitting around talking, asking questions about the nature of the universe and reality and the world. And so, we're still doing it now. We're still doing it today. We're still here together thinking about similar things. So very interesting. It's a pretty age-old practice that's led to all of our fields of thinking and research today. So I'm really excited to go on this journey with you. I know this was a lengthy video, but I hope it's one that you will be able to revisit if you need to, if you forget anything, if you're worried. If it spurs a question, please email right away. Just reach out. Again, I'm Professor Robbins. It is so nice to meet you. I'm so excited to get to know you, and we'll see you real soon.